meters. They are the kings of speed, but there have been moments in cycling history where they defied their own nature and became true climbers. In this video, we'll look at 5 times the world's best sprinters shocked everyone by attacking on climbs, surviving tough ascents, and winning on terrain that, in theory, wasn't meant for them. Are you ready to relive these epic moments? Let's go. In the final stage of Paris-Nice 2025, Mads Pedersen delivered a performance that showcased just how far he's come as an all-rounder. Known primarily for his sprinting power, Pedersen surprised fans and rivals alike with a truly impressive climbing display, on a stage packed with elevation. Early in the Col de la Porte, 7 kilometers at 7.2%, Pedersen launched a solo attack, setting a steady, determined pace on one of the day's longest climbs. While he was eventually reeled in by the chasing group led by Ineos Grenadiers, the fact that he held off for so long against pure climbers spoke volumes about his endurance and rhythm in the mountains. Later in the stage, he continued to shine, not just on the climbs, but also on technical descents, using his bike handling skills to regain time and keep pressure on the peloton. On the final ascent of the Col des Quatre Chemins, 3.6 kilometers at 8.7%, he fought hard, only losing ground when Magnus Sheffield launched a decisive attack. Although he didn't win the stage, Pedersen proved he's no longer just a flat-road sprinter. His ability to read the terrain, manage his efforts, and climb with grit and control shows a major evolution in his racing style. He's becoming a true sprinter-climber hybrid, a rare and dangerous type of rider.
Classification at this Paris-Nice, and he has done it. Like few others also taking a combativity prize. Any decision apart from that.
Mathieu van der Poel is not just a sprinter, he is a complete cyclist. But what he did on stage 17 of the 2022 Giro d'Italia was simply insane. A mountainous stage with climbs that would normally drop any sprinter.
We saw that Martin and Baumann were dropped, and there are almost 2
But Van der Poel clung to the lead group, attacked on the final climb, and finished with a sprint as if the stage had been flat. That day, the Dutchman proved his talent goes far beyond sprinting, climbing like a specialist and finishing with the power of a sprinter.
These guys are just inseparable here. Richie Porte is just continue.
Michael Matthews has always shined on mixed terrain, but what he did on stage 14 of the 2022 Tour de France was simply legendary. With multiple climbs throughout the route, it seemed impossible for a sprinter to survive. However, Matthews not only hung on, but attacked on the final climb, dropped climbers, and with one last effort, launched a powerful sprint at the summit of Mende.
To the finish line now.
He had to go early on this one.
Back. You worried that he could have been...
That victory was a result of endurance, intelligence, and power, proving that Matthews is not just a sprinter. He is a Grand Tour rider.
With a beastly performance, and for the first time in 5 years, Michael Matthews wins a stage at the Tour de France. This, without doubt, his best. And that...
Wout van Aert is a rider with no limits. His victory on stage 4 of the 2022 Tour de France was one of the greatest displays of power by a sprinter in the mountains. That day, instead of waiting for a sprint,
And when you see Kenny Elissonde, you go, oh, there he is.
As we see.
Kenny Elissonde, a pocket rocket. Little guy maybe, but he's absolutely...
He's blowing apart here. We see the fourth man. I think I apologize.
Freshest off them is Wout van Aert, and I think possibly out of the trio, maybe least expected of him from a team that's been completely brutalised by the race. He's the one that's now set off here, as you can see, of Bauke Mollema with his teammate up front.
Wout attacked solo on a climb, dropping climbers and punchers. With inhuman power, he held off the chasing group over the last hills and crossed the finish line with an undeniable show of dominance. It was the moment the entire peloton realized that Van Aert was not just a sprinter, he was a monster capable of winning anywhere.
The likes of Mathieu van der Poel, who did take the yellow jersey in this race, and now it seems he is free to bode his time and rode it home to absolute perfection. Down on Jumbo-Visma, but there is light, and this man has just ignited it.
Is there anything more impressive than Van Aert's domination on Mont Ventoux? Well, yes there is. If you thought what he did on Stage 4 was impressive, what he achieved on Mont Ventoux in the 2021 Tour de France, it was simply out of this world. One of the most legendary climbs in cycling, a brutal ascent where only pure climbers make history. And that day, against all logic, a sprinter like Wout van Aert stood on the pedals and dropped the favorites. Not only did he climb Ventoux with the best, but he crossed the finish line solo in one of the most incredible victories ever seen in the Tour. But there's still one more epic moment. You can't talk about sprinters who defied the mountains without mentioning Peter Sagan. Throughout his career, he has shown a unique ability to survive climbs and win on terrain unimaginable for a sprinter. His victory on Stage 10 of the 2020 Tour de Giro Italy is a perfect example. On a stage with rolling climbs that would have eliminated any other sprinter, Sagan stayed with the best, attacked at the perfect moment, and finished with his signature explosive sprint. With this victory, Sagan proved that he was not just a sprinter. He was a legend capable of adapting to any challenge.
Behind that are chasing. And pull off of this two from Movistar, and what a way. Start again. Sagan is back. Peter Sagan is back.
These 5 moments taught us that cycling is always full of surprises. Sprinters who, against all odds, survived the mountains, attacked on climbs, and won as if they were pure climbers. And if cycling has taught us anything, it's that there's always another epic moment waiting to happen. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment with your favorite moment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more epic cycling content. See you on the next live.